Hello folks, and today I'm just doing a little tutorial on how to edit a picture on Photoshop so that you get rid of some of the blur. This is probably suited especially to sports photography. So let's get underway. Okay, so let's get to this task. So as you can see, I have a few windows open at the bottom here, but these are irrelevant. For this, we're going to focus on this image I have in Photoshop. It's basically some shots of the England rugby team training at Twickenham. Now I wanted to show you how you can get rid of some of the blur. Now this technique that I will be using is not like perhaps not the most thorough, but it kind of does the trick in my eyes. It's a slight variant on a lot of other ways of doing this. So yeah, you open your Photoshop, you see like I've just cropped this image. Say we are focusing on Mike Brown here, the fullback. So yeah, this is my version of Photoshop is CS4 or CS5, I forget. I think it's CS4. So it's quite an old one, but you know, you should still be able to do this on a probably on a more modern one. I mean, I don't know, as time goes by, you know, but I think a lot of people use the old versions of Photoshop anyway. So what you do is, yeah, you've cropped the image. Let's just crop it a little bit more, so we're getting like most of the focus on his face. Right, so what the first one to do here, right click, duplicate layer, okay. And now the next step, actually let's just delete that for a sec. Drag it down to trash. Yeah. So first of all, we just get the sort of tone right. Let's go on auto tone. You can also use these adjustments here, but I generally just go auto tone, and I do it in a certain order. So I go tone, which I've just done, color, and contrast. I don't think it's made much of a difference, but I think the lighting's just a little bit better now. But the main issue is like the face is just slightly out of focus because of the depth of the shot, you know, from a distance, and the fact that they're running about, they're training. So let's just go here, then we go duplicate layer. Notice how I do the image auto tone, you know, like I said, you can use adjustments, you can play with these as well. Do all that before I duplicate, because if I duplicate after, it's just not going to work as well, and you'll see why. Okay, so the next step is go to filter, sharpen. What should we do? We've got to show quite a few here. I just usually go smart sharpen, and you've got this preview. See, if you tick it, untick it, see how much more that is in focus. However, the contrast, etc., is perhaps just a little bit too strong, but that's alright. We've got my secret kernel secret recipe to deal with that. So there we go. Yeah, looks alright. Just play around with these. Generally the radius would be between sort of 1.5 and 3.5. Amount, you know, if you go too far, look, it's I don't know, it just doesn't look right. So I'd say around the 100 mark, you can go give or take 20 either way. Let's go with 95, that looks okay. So you press OK. Right, now obviously his facial features are sharper. You can see on the shirt is all sharper. I mean, everything is sharper, but it kind of I'm not sure about the light. It's a bit sort of too much sort of contrasty, but at the same time we still want to retain a bit more sharpness. I'll just show you the difference now. It's a big difference. See, look at that. Really helps, but as I said, it's just a wee bit too sharp in places. So we go to the new layer that we duplicate, the top one, right? And what we do, go to opacity, just take it down to I think anything under 40, depends on the player, because we just don't want that contrast on too much with all that shadow. But at the same time we need it to be sharper. Let me see, 29, see what difference there is there. It's only subtle, but yeah, I think that's alright. So that's just one way of doing it. It's a quick way, it's by no means the best way. You could certainly fiddle with the filter options for a lot longer, and you could experiment, you know. None of this is set in stone, but this is a technique that I know, you know, to basically get difference between this and that. See, it's fairly subtle, but you know, it's for me, it's a quick way of getting like a sports photo in a little bit of focus. Yeah, and even though it was a training session, looks like Mike's opened up a cut on his cheek there. Warrior that he is, of course, the England fullback. Okay, so hope you enjoyed the tutorial, and I will see you later. Goodbye.